Okay, welcome to Upper Yarra Secondary College, doing a school tour because things are a little bit different. So there's no kids here today because we're on remote learning. We'll see how we go. Welcome to our Year 7 building. This is the only place in the school that remains segregated. So the Year 7s can go where they like, but the older students are kept out of this area so that the Year 7s have their own space. All the way from Year 7 to 12, students have a team of teachers that look after them. So here behind me, we have the Year 7 team. So any student in Year 7 that needs their teacher will be able to find them right where you would find their classes, where you would find their lockers. So this is their space. Behind me, we have our Doctors in Schools building. So every Monday we have a doctor here at the college. It's a normal doctor. You can make an appointment through our wellbeing team. It's everything from an ingrown toenail to cold and flu to those normal sorts of things. Year 7s have their own play space. There's a basketball court. We have some down ball or four square courts. And just over here we have our wellbeing centre. So our wellbeing centre, we have a chaplain 3 days a week, we have a psychologist, we have social workers, and we have a full-time wellbeing coordinator, all located over in the Year 7 space. Just near the Year 7 space, you can see we have a Year 8 team. So the Year 8 team, again, all the way through to Year 12, wherever you find the students, you will find the team of teachers that looks after them. So here you can find things like a timetable, birthdays, anyone of the team that you'd like to meet. Behind me in our gallery, we have tables and chairs set up. 5 days a week, we offer free breakfast to students. So when students get to school, they can come down to Breakfast Club. They can get a hot chocolate, they can get a juice, they can come and get some fruit. They can make toast, cereal, or toasted sandwiches. So it's a great opportunity for staff and students to come and mingle in the mornings, grab a breakfast and be ready to start the day. So we only just saw a very brief view of our hospitality kitchen because Tracy was in there recording herself for food tech students. So she was in there, because we're doing a remote learning, she was in there recording a video of herself still teaching, and which she'll send off to all of her students. We've just come down to our senior school. At senior school here we have three offerings. We have VCE, we have VCAL and we have VET. So VCE is the traditional units similar to HSC for those of you old enough, where students can get an ATAR score and can use that to either get into university or just to complete their VCE. VCAL is a recognised alternative in which students complete 3 days of schooling with us, Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Wednesday they undertake a TAFE course and Thursdays they work. The third offering is VET. So VET in schools is a practical subject that students do either on-site or off-site. Anything from horticulture to equine studies to animal studies to hairdressing to beauty and nail. So senior students have their own dedicated senior centre where they can study, where most of their classes are. They have their own toilets. We offer a number of VET subjects on site, including both hospitality. Next year we'll be adding viticulture down into our vineyard. We also offer aviation, which is not flying planes, it's actually learning to be licensed to fly a drone commercially. So behind me you can see our vineyard, which we currently teach agriculture and horticulture out of. We've got a mower in the background just doing some maintenance, and yeah, apologies for my hair. Obviously I didn't get it cut before lockdown, but wonderful resource. As of 2021, we will be selling Pinot Noir Upper Yarra wine. We run a very large outdoor education program, so students can choose that all the way through to VCE. That's coupled with a Duke of Edinburgh program. So in the Duke of Edinburgh program, which is internationally recognised, there's a lot of community service and there's a lot of outdoor activities that test and challenge students. So students can sign up all the way from Year 7 to 12 in their own time to undertake either bronze, silver or gold Duke of Edinburgh program. And then students get to experience a lot of outdoor activities. We're standing in the bus bay. Approximately 85% of our students come by bus. Essentially, if you live more than 4.8 kilometres from the college, and you're pretty much from Wiriallic Creek out, you're eligible for a free bus to the college. Students within the 4.8 kilometres are considered by the government safe to walk to school and make their own way. We have a teacher here morning and night to supervise students, and then obviously you can also see the preparations for our brand new building. It's a STEAM pavilion, so science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics. So it'll be brand new science rooms and some integrated classrooms. This is due for completion by September this year. We're obviously very excited to see this brand new building put on our site. As you may have seen on the video then, we have a fully equipped technology section. So we teach woodwork, or design tech as it's now known, all the way through to year 12 from year 7. In year 7, the focus is on students' hand skills, so hammering, sawing with hand tools. And then obviously as they work their way up to year 12, they build really complex structures, including the one behind me, which is a brand new veggie garden, and ultimately will be self-watering. The design tech area is flourishing. We have a welding bay, we have furniture making, and we have a lot of areas for design and tech. This is our current STEAM or STEM room. This will be the same philosophy as at the new building, in that there are no tables and chairs. It's currently being cleaned and renovated, so it's not quite back in the order it should be. But you can see there we have whiteboard tables. There are no traditional tables. We find that students collaborating together around a whiteboard table that you can rub out mistakes gives them the freedom and takes the pressure off of them to try new things. Behind me we have 2 virtual reality labs. So students can not only use that in their classroom. As an example, if they were studying World War II, they can actually be in a bomber flying over Berlin at the time and experience it. We also use it for lunchtime activities, so students can come in, play Beat Saber, and we compete against other schools in virtual reality games. The new building will be very similar to this space. We're inside one of our science rooms. So science obviously runs all the way from year 7 to 12. We also have a reptile program, snakes and lizards. They go home for the holidays. So if you're interested in taking a snake or a lizard home for holidays, that's always an option. Students run the reptile program. They're responsible for feeding, exercising and cleaning their cages. This room is part of that section that will be demolished when our new building is complete. Down here we have our theatre. So we run drama all the way from year 7 to 12. We have a whole school production. We encourage students all the way from year 7 to 12 to be involved in the school production. For students that aren't interested in front of stage, we also teach them how to use the sound, the lighting, backstage and set production. We hold open nights, and sometimes students will come in here for either a year level assembly or sub-school assembly. So the theatre is quite widely used. The theatre is also opened at lunchtimes on wet weather days. The school has a canteen 5 days a week, open recess and lunch, and even has FPOS. We have a fantastic weights room and boxing. We offer free non-contact boxing classes for fitness on a Wednesday night. And we of course have a basketball stadium, which many students would have already played in. Classroom music operates all the way from year 7 to 12 at the college, as well as we have a very detailed instrumental program. Students can learn an instrument in their own time, rotating through their classes weekly, one-on-one or one-on-two in almost every instrument you can think of. We have a brass teacher, a woodwind teacher, we have drums or percussion, guitar, piano. So students have the opportunity to also continue with their music or to take up an individual music lesson. The college library is open every morning, recess, lunchtime and after school for students to come in. We have a great selection of books. It's also a place that's open for students during wet weather. We have a number of board games, over 100 board games. We have a chess club, we have a Dungeons and Dragons club, we have Minecraft clubs, all operate out of the library. There are turtles and fish in the library which students can also be interactive with. There are 5 3D printers in the library, a laser cutter, all available for student use anytime they would like. That concludes our very unusual tour under these circumstances. Obviously the school's much more vibrant and alive and we have all of our wonderful students here. tried to condense it down as short as we could for you all. When the lockdown is over, by all means, please come and visit us, see the school in action. If you've got any questions, please see us through Facebook or email the college and we'll answer any of the questions you had.